How many games did they win? They're probably glad to be home. Find out.
A massive week in the season starts today on this Tuesday night in Washington, Pennsylvania, here at EQT Park, as it's game one of a three-game series between the Washington Wild Things and the Evansville Otters. Well, the Otters are coming off of a 5-1 homestand in which they swept Gateway and took 2 of 3 against Lake Erie on Sunday. They won 11-6, scored 2 in the first, 3 in the second, 3 in the fourth, 2 in the sixth, and 1 in the seventh. They had 15 hits. On the other side, Lake Erie scored 6 runs on 11 hits, had 1 error. It was a good day offensively for the Otters, and they had a good series overall offensively. They did drop 1 game, but it was still 11-9. And now they're sitting at 51-33. 5 games back of Washington, the magic number being 11. The earliest they can clinch is Sunday, but that is if everything really goes right. Otters win all their games, and Windy City loses all of their games as well. 2.5 games up on Florence. We will see Florence at Bosse Field this weekend in what will be a massive series in the playoff push. And on the other side, Washington, their magic number is at 6. They can clinch Thursday, as they're the second lowest magic number behind Quebec. Quebec's number is 2. If they beat Sussex County, they will be the first team in the Frontier League to clinch a playoff spot this season. So a lot's at stake here this week, and the Otters will see what they can do here in game one of the series against Washington. They aren't necessarily playing the best in series openers, just back over 500 after beating Lake Erie on Friday at 14-13. Meanwhile, Washington in series openers this season, 22-5, 11-3 at home. They usually perform pretty well, not only in series openers, but also on Tuesday, 5-1 at home on Tuesdays. We'll see what happens here with the Otters. Washington just came off of a 6-game road series against Mississippi, in which Sunday was a lot of offense. It was 17-9. Washington ended up losing that one to Mississippi. They gave up 3 in the second, 3 in the fourth, 4 in the fifth, 4 in the seventh, 2 in the eighth. They gave up 20 hits, 17 runs. They managed to score 9 runs and get 11 hits, and that was off the backs of Andrew Czech's 2-homer day. Andrew Czech, now the most recent Frontier League Player of the Week. He hit .545, 12 for 30, 2 doubles, 2 homers, drove in 12 runs, walked 8 times against Mississippi, and earned himself Player of the Week. And that's just one more Player of the Week to add to a plethora of weekly awards in the Frontier League for Washington. Cole Fowler's won it, Jeff LaCourie's won it, Brocado's won it, and then pitchers of the week, it's been Andrew Herbert, Hector Garcia, Kobe Foster's got it twice. So just a lot of awards for the Wild Things this season. That's why they're at a 56-28 record. But depending on how this series goes, the division race could get a lot closer than originally expected. If the Otters sweep, they'll only be 2 games back. It's hard to sweep Washington, though, especially here at EQT Park. The deadline just ended, by the way, yesterday. Otters made a couple of moves. They signed Yohan Gonzalez, who is getting the start today. Yohan was with the Otters last season. So Otters fans from last year might recognize the name. They also were able to acquire Cade Marcourt from the Sioux City Explorers. And a couple of corresponding moves, David Eckes and Dennis Pierce were placed on the 7-day IL. Dylan Zenko is back off the 7 days, so still 2 lefties out of the bullpen available for the Otters in this series. Dre Dirksen was released. On the other side for Washington, just one move for them. Miles Symington is a new signing for the Wild Things. He's leading off today, so we'll see how he does in his first game with Washington. The Otters, with a win, only take game 1 of the series, but also can clinch a winning season for the first time since 2023 if they win today's matchup. They can also match their win total from 2023. They finished 52-44. It's been a couple of rough seasons, that's for sure, but back ready to go. Magic number is at 11. There's also a couple series we have to watch early here in this week. New York has scored 5 already against New Jersey. They lead at 5-0. Ottawa is up 6-0 in the first inning against Mississippi. Mississippi making the very long trek up to Canada and find themselves down 6 already. Florence has scored first against Lake Erie. That's a series that we're going to be watching pretty intently to see what happens with that series. Jack Eisenbarger, a recent pickup from Quebec, the starting pitcher for Lake Erie. Gateway Joliet plays later tonight, and Schaumburg is playing Windy City this week series. It is just a big week in general for a lot of teams in the Frontier League. And it's starting off with a lot of offense, apparently, as we saw the 5-0 and 6-0 games. Zach Kirby's getting the start for Washington. He has a 2.43 ERA in 55 2/3 innings. He was in the Angels organization for a little bit. He got his contract purchased, but then got released yet again. He's played one game since then. That was on the 11th against Mississippi. Through 5 2/3 innings, gave up 3 hits, 2 earned runs, earned the win. He's at a 6-0 record now, and he's gotten the win in his last 4 starts, going back to June 10th. As mentioned on the other side, Yohan Gonzalez is getting the start for Evansville. He has not pitched yet this season with the Otters, but earlier this year he was in the Mexican League with the Tigres de Quintana Roo. He had a 4.67 ERA in 44 1/3 innings. But last year with Evansville, 5.42 ERA, 86 1/3 innings. He was one of those main starters in the rotation for that Otters team last season after playing for 2 years in the Padres organization. As Washington gets entrance onto the field. Today's game at 7:05 Eastern, 6:05 Central. Tomorrow's game is going to be 6:05 Eastern and 5:05 Central. And then we get back to the normal 7:05, 6:05 on Thursday before that series at home against Florence. Washington, on the other hand, is going to Joliet after this, and then Gateway and Florence. But we will head to the anthem before game 1. First pitch coming at 7:05 in about 4 minutes, as we'll take a quick break on the Otters Digital Network. Here we go. Game 1 of 3 from Washington, Pennsylvania. Zach Kirby's taking the hill for the Wild Things in Game 1. He has a 2.43 ERA in 55 and 2/3 innings. We'll take a look at the lineups. First for the Otters, it's John Ponder, Amani Jones, Logan Brown, Marcos Gonzalez, the top 4 yet again. Everybody in their regular spots. Blake Robertson is at first base today, batting 5th. And LG Castillo hits 6th in left field. Chris Quitzer's the DH hitting 7th. Sam Linscott's in right field hitting 8th. And TJ Salvaggio hits 9th at shortstop. The defense for Washington, it's Anthony Brocato in left field with Caleb Ketchup in center. It is Symington. Miles Symington in right field. Cole Fowler at third. Kyle Edwards at short. Antonio Monroy at second. Andrew Check at first, and Billy Sullivan doing the catching for Zach Kirby. Kirby has pitched against the Otters already this season. It was all the way back on May 13th. He threw 5 innings, gave up 7 hits, 4 earned runs, no walks, 4 strikeouts, and earned one of his 6 victories. Is that a 6-0 record this season? Got his contract purchased by the Angels on June 29th. He played 4 games, and he ended up giving up 10 earned runs in just under 4 innings of work. Got released on July 3rd. Now he's back here. Edward Jones, leadoff batter of the day, is John Ponder. As the pregame, postgame shows are brought to you by Papa John's, available every game before and after each Otters game on the Otters Digital Network and Home Team Network. Big series. Big series. John Ponder leading it off. First pitch from Kirby at 7:06, a little high for ball 1. Ponder's coming off of a very good series against Lake Erie. He went 3 for 4 on Sunday. It was his 5th 3-hit game of the year. Looping curveball misses high. That's the main pitch for Kirby. It's that looping curveball. That one at 68 miles per hour. It's a very slow pitch, but has a lot of good movement on it. He has a 4-seam changeup, curveball, and a slider. 4-pitch mix for him. 2-0. There's a high fly ball into deep left field. Going back on it is Brocato, and it is gone! What a way to start off Game 1. John Ponder leads off with his 7th home run of the year. Third leadoff home run of the year for Evansville, and they take an early 1-0 lead in the top of the first inning. John Ponder was in a little bit of a slump heading into the series against the Crushers, and since then he's gotten 6 hits in 3 games, including that home run, his 7th and his 2nd leadoff homer of the season. The other one went to Sam Linscott. First pitch to Amani Jones is a little low for ball 1. Amani Jones, 2 for 4 on Sunday, and drove in a run, got a walk. He's hitting at a 289, game number 78 this season. He's hitting 316 against Washington this year. Called a strike. Well, Kirby had his roughest outing against the Otters. The 4 earned runs and the 7 hits he gave up back on May 13th, his season high still. The Otters have been hitting well against him, I guess, compared to other teams in the Frontier League. Called a strike, and it is 3-2 as Jones thought that one was ball 4. So 1-0 on the leadoff shot from John Ponder. Payoff here from Kirby to Jones. Grounder over to first base, and Andrew Check will tag the bag for out number 1. I'll bring up Logan Brown for the first time today. He's hitting the ball really well against Washington, hitting at a 500 against Washington's pitching staff. 16 for 32, 2 doubles, 5 RBIs, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. First pitch will miss a little low for ball 1. Our umpires for today, Alex Lowry is the crew chief behind the dish. Henry Schmulwitz at first base, Elliott Brown at third. It's the same crew that we had against Lake Erie this weekend. Grounder back to Kirby as he'll flip it over to first in time for out number 2. Now that'll bring up Marcos Gonzalez. Gonzalez, another 3-hit game on Sunday, his 13th of the year. That was the 5th homer given up by Kirby, first since June 23rd against Windy City. One 0 here from Kirby to Gonzalez. Is in the turf, and it's ball 2. Gonzalez 3 for 4 on Sunday, hit a homer, drove in 3 runs, also hit a double. He was a triple away from the cycle. Didn't end up getting that done, but he did walk instead. 2-0 fastball called a strike. Now this is the 8th game Kirby will be pitching against the Otters in his pro career. Called a strike, and it's 2-2. Only the 2nd time this year, but he pitched against the Otters 3 times last year, once in 2024, then twice in 2023. Overall, 37 innings, 16 earned runs against the Otters all time. Ground ball over to second base. Antonio Monroy will toss on to first in time for out number 3. John Ponder hits a leadoff home run, and the Otters are on the board first. It's 1-0, heading to the bottom half on the Otters Digital Network. First innings brought to you by the Mesker Park Zoo and Botanical Gardens. Visit the Mesker Park Zoo at 1545 Mesker Park Drive in Evansville, Indiana. So the only leadoff home runs this season from the Otters. Sam Linscott did it back on June 5th against Schaumburg. That was the first pitch of the game. John Ponder did it on July 18th against Windy City, and now here today. So let's take a look at the defense for Evansville. LG's in left field, Ponder's in center, Linscott's in right. Third to first, Marcos Gonzalez, TJ Salvaggio, Amani Jones, and Blake Robertson first base, Logan Brown doing the catching for Yohan Gonzalez, who is making his first start of the season with Evansville. Was on the team last year, was one of the main guys in the rotation for the Otters. See how he does in his first start of 2026 in Evansville. He'll start with Miles Symington. These two guys were teammates earlier this year with the Tigres de Quintana Roo, and both of them got picked up before the deadline day. Symington, the only signing from Washington. 1-1 here. Symington leading off in the Mexican League. He played with 2 teams, Quintana Roo as well as Tecolotes de Dos Laredos. Called a strike, and it's 1-2. Symington is presumably the Jeff LaCory replacement for now. LaCory on the 14-day IL. One, two here from Gonzalez. Called strike 3, and Symington goes down looking. Out number 1. A good start for Gonzalez, as that's his first strikeout of the day and of the season with Evansville. I'll bring up Antonio Monroy. Just like Logan Brown against Washington, Monroy's hitting .500 against the Otters pitching staff this season, 9 for 18. He's coming off of an 0 for 4 in his last game, though, against Mississippi. Popped up into foul ground. Marcos Gonzalez is under it, and he'll make the catch for out number 2. Third man up, Anthony Brocato. Hit a homer on Sunday. 379, 4 homers. He has 26 overall this season. Leads the Frontier League. Him and Czech still in that race to see who can beat Charlie Lisk first. Lisk at 127. Brocato right now is at 114. Czech is at 110. A little bit ahead is Brocato. But Czech definitely got caught up with his 2 homers on Sunday. Gonzalez now the 1-1. High fly ball off to the right side, foul, and it's 1-2. Now Gonzalez looking for a 1-2-3 in his first outing of the season. One, two. Fouled away yet again. So Gonzalez wearing the number 45. Got that number from Dylan Zenko. Zenko's now wearing number 17. A bit of a number change. We still don't have a number yet for Cade Marcourt. 1-2 yet again. Little outside. Brocato's driven in 11 runs this season against Evansville. He's also struck out 10 times, overall 80 on the year. Grounder into right field for a base hit. Brocato has Washington's first hit of the day, as he's on first now with 2 outs for Czech. Andrew Czech, most recent Frontier League Player of the Week winner. He had a fantastic week against Mississippi. Ended it with a 2-homer game on Sunday with 5 RBIs, but it was still a loss. Czech had a multi-hit game in 5 of the 6 games that Washington played in Mississippi. Called a strike, and it's 1-1. Almost said Minnesota. That would have been crazy. But now he's hitting .336 in his 84th game, along with 27 doubles, 23 homers, and 92 RBIs. Fouls one off himself, and it's 1-2. 4 lefties in the lineup, and we've now seen 3 of them. Symington, Monroy, and Czech, as well as Cole Fowler, who's coming up later on. After Czech, it's Lagrange, then Fowler, Ketchup, Billy Sullivan, and Kyle Edwards. 1-2. Just misses outside. 95 on the fastball from Gonzalez, and it's 2-2. It's a good take from Czech. Does have 79 walks compared to 76 strikeouts. More walks than Ks this season. 2-2. fouled away. Sun starting to set a little bit here in Washington. It's a late start. 7:05's latest usually. Usually we start at 6:35, as that is low for ball 3. Logan Brown thought that one was strike 3, but taking second base is Brocado. So Brocado, his 4th stolen base only of the season, 4 for 6. So that one just missed a little low. Now a full count here to check with 2 outs. Gonzalez looks back to second, now kicks and deals. It's popped up foul right in front of the press box. Where's that one landing? It hit a bleacher. Foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. Still at a 3-2. A little bit of a long at-bat pitch count-wise for Gonzalez. This is pitch number 19. Another 3-2, though. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Chet goes down swinging. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Gonzalez, and his first inning back with the Otters is a scoreless one. We'll head to the second inning. Evansville up 1-0 on the Otters digital network. Top of the second inning, Otters up 1-0 as Blake Robertson leads it off. It's Robertson, Castillo, and Quitzer, 2 lefties in the top 3, facing off against Kirby, who's given up the homer already to Ponder. It's the difference in this one so far as the first pitch misses low for ball 1. Robertson back hitting at 300 now in his 62nd game, 1 for 4. He drove in 2 runs on Sunday. There's a fly ball into center field. Going back on it is Ketchup. He is going to let it go over his head and all the way to the fence as Robertson heads into second base with a leadoff double. #12th double of the season for B-Rob, as I'm not sure if Ketchup really had the best route on that one. Or maybe he didn't see it when he turned around, but it gets over his head, and there's a runner in scoring position with nobody out for LG Castillo. Castillo on an 8-game hitting streak, 1 for 5 at a double, struck out twice on Sunday. There's a ground ball. That's going to get into left field for a base hit. Robertson late start. He'll stop at third. And back-to-back hits to start off the top of the second inning. The Otters have runners at the corners with nobody out. Chris Quitzer, a chance to extend the lead for Evansville in the second inning. Robertson at third, Castillo at first. Nobody out. That's 2 straight hits have the Otters in business yet again. First pitch from Kirby. Another curveball that misses high. Quitzer 1 for 5 with a run driven in. Has a strikeout in 10 of 12 games, but only 1 for 4. Played one of the games here against Washington. Struck out twice. 1-0 is going to miss. And it's ball 2. 279 average so far as he heads into game number 13. We'll have an early mound visit here, so we'll take an early look at the out-of-town scoreboard. So there were a lot of games that were heavily heading into blowout territory. Quebec's already up 4-0 on Sussex. If they win that game, they're going to clinch a playoff spot. 5-1, New York's up on New Jersey. 8-2, Ottawa's beating Mississippi in the 3rd inning. Big pitchers duel over there. Florence is already up 5-0 on Lake Erie. So Otters might have a little bit of a must-win here today. Gateway Joliet just starting up. Schaumburg Windy City just starting up. But the new acquisition of Jack Eisenbarger is not really working out too well for Lake Erie after they lost a series against Evansville this past weekend. With the mound visit done, it's a 2-0 count here to Quitzer. 1-0 Evansville. They scored in the 1st inning, but have runners at the corners with nobody out here in the 2nd. 2-0 from Kirby, and that's a base hit into left field. Robertson's going to come in to score, and the Otters have a 2-0 lead. Chris Quitzer drives in his 7th run of the year with Evansville. Robertson easily comes in from 3rd. And now there's 2 on, still with nobody out but a run in here for the Otters. The pitching woes against Evansville seem to have continued here for Kirby early in game 1. Sam Linscott up for the first time today. First pitch fouled back. It's 0-1. The Otters already have 4 hits on the day, including the first 3 here in the top of the 2nd inning. Have a 2-0 lead. Gonzalez was looking good in his first inning of work. Kirby will step off. So now it's Castillo at second, Quitzer at first after his RBI single. Quitzer's now driven in a run in 3 straight games. Linscott, he's got a hit in back-to-back games. There's a grounder over to third, toss to second for 1. On to first, it's not in time. And Linscott will reach on the fielder's choice. Quitzer's out at second base for out number 1. And Castillo will head to third. So back to runners at the corners, this time with 1 out for TJ Salvaggio at the bottom of the order. Good speed from Linscott, hustling down the line to be able to avoid the double play. Salvaggio, he's also on a 8-game hitting streak. He's also scored a run in his last 6. Chance to drive in a 61st RBI. Drops the bunt down the first base line. And Check was ready for it as Castillo had to stay over at third. It was a safety squeeze attempt. Not too sure Castillo was ready to head over there. I mean, Check was right there. He would have been out by a few steps. That will advance Linscott to second base. 2 outs now for Ponder. Led off the game with a solo homer. Has Castillo at third, Linscott at second with 2 outs. First pitch from Kirby is in the turf for ball 1, blocked by Sullivan. Ponder, that was his 7th home run of the year. His first since July 18th. He had the 2nd longest home run drought behind Mark Black. Hasn't had a homer since July 10th. 1-0 from Kirby. There's a ground ball down the third baseline, foul. Only the second home run for Ponder on the road this season. And now he's hitting 3 straight games and he's looking to drive in maybe a couple more runs here. With 2 on in scoring position. Has the best average on the team with runners in scoring position this year. 1-1. Another one in the turf, and it's ball 2. Sullivan saved a couple of runs from coming in here by not allowing it to get past him. So 2-1 here from Kirby, looking to avoid bringing those runs in. Second and third here with 2 outs. His 2-1 pitch is fouled away off to the right side. Runners in scoring position. Ponder's hitting .460, 23 for 50, 9 walks, 6 strikeouts. 1 of his 7 homers have come with runners in scoring position this season, and that's mostly just been because he's been hitting leadoff all year. After the foul ball, 2-2 here from Kirby. A ground ball over to short. Throw to first is in time, and that's out number 3. Close play at first, but Check able to reach over and grab that one. Otters get another run. Chris Quitzer hits an RBI single, and it is 2-0 Evansville heading to the bottom of the second inning on the Otters Digital Network. Second innings brought to you by J.E. Shekel Armor Protection. Founded in 1978, J.E. Shekel is the Tri-State's premier residential, commercial, industrial service and construction company. Yohan Gonzalez now pitching with a 2-run lead as Chris Quitzer drove in Blake Robertson from third, and it's 2-0 Evansville. It's Lagrange, Fowler, and Ketchup, the top 3 here for Washington in the bottom of the second inning. Wagner Lagrange, 2 for 5 with a double on Sunday. Hitting at a .250 now in his 20th game, has a homer, 12 RBIs. Had his first 3-hit game of the season against Mississippi. That was on August 14th, as the first pitch is called a strike. Gonzalez struck out 2 in the first inning. Symington looking and Check swinging. Check swing over, and he did go, says Schmuelwitz at first base, and it's 0-2 quickly here to Lagrange. .0-2 from Gonzalez. A little outside on the fastball. Lagrange 2 for 10 against the Otters this season. Both of his hits doubles. One of them drove in a run. Also has a walk and a couple strikeouts. 1-2 just misses outside. So for Kirby, that's the 6th start where he's given up multiple earned runs. He only did it through the first 2 innings. 2-2. Little low and in. And it's a full count. Almost issued a walk to check. It was a 3-2, but he got him swinging after a couple foul balls. It was a long at-bat between Gonzalez and Check to end the first. 3-2. That will miss for ball 4. So Lagrange leads off with a walk. He's on first with nobody out for Cole Fowler. Last of the 4 lefties in the lineup. Otters have 3, and we've seen all of them now. Brown, Robertson, and Quitzer. Cole Fowler 0 for 4. 3 strikeouts on Sunday against Mississippi. Still hitting at a 278, though. First pitch is going to miss outside. Marcos Gonzalez is up on the infield grass. Robertson covering Lagrange at first base. The grounder foul, went off himself. Fowler against righties, 287. Lefties, it's 253 in lefty-lefty matchup. He's just hitting slightly better at home compared to on the road. So that one's fouled away, and it's 1-2. "64 strikeouts this season. Only 23 walks. 3 of those were in his last game. Gonzalez checked back to first. Now the 1-2. There's a fly ball into right field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Lagrange heads to second base. Cole Fowler has the second hit of the day for Washington. And the first 2 reach here to start the bottom of the second. Caleb Ketchup up for the first time. .247 average now in his 81st game. He was in a really rough stretch last time the Otters were here. So 1 for 33. First pitch from Gonzalez is called a strike. Did drive in 3 runs on the 14th against Mississippi. Hit a homer, drove in 2 on the 13th. So he was hitting the ball decently well in that series. A little low, and it's 1-1. Lagrange on second after the leadoff walk. Cole Fowler on first after the single. For Cole Fowler, that's hit number 82 on the year. Check back to second, now the 1-1, and that one is called strike 2. Billy Sullivan on deck. Ketchup hitting 172, 5 for 29 against the Otters this season with 10 strikeouts. One-two. A little low. Makes it 2-2. Got word that Ottawa turned a triple play against Mississippi. So that game is just kind of bonkers right now. It's 8-2. We've seen a triple play already over there. It's just been a wild one. 2-2. High fly ball off to the right side, foul, and it's going to remain at 2-2. Foul ball brought to you by Hez Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. Sun still in the face of Gonzalez. 2-2. That is called strike 3. Third K of the day for Gonzalez, and he gets Caleb Ketchup looking for out number 1. So still 2 on, but first out recorded. That'll bring up Billy Sullivan. Sullivan rocking a 6-game hit streak, 3 for 4 on Sunday. He has a multi-hit game in each of his last 3, so he's in the ball pretty well as of recent. First pitch misses a little low. He's now hitting a .311 over the course of the season now in his 43rd game. But he ended up only going 1 for 7 with 4 strikeouts against the Otters this season. And that's Washington combined with his time with Joliet earlier this season. Little inside, and it's 2-0. Otters have a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the second inning. 2 on here with 1 out. Gonzalez trying to get out of a little bit of a jam. His 2-0 pitch is called a strike. Otters have 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors. Washington, no runs, 2 hits, and no errors. 2 singles from Brocado and Fowler, who stands on first base. Lagrange on second still after the leadoff walk. 2-1 from Gonzalez. It's a foul ball. Got off of Logan Brown, and it's 2-2. Gonzalez pitched with the Tigres de Quintana Roo this season, earlier this year in the Mexican League. 25 walks, 32 strikeouts. He had a 4.67 ERA and 44 in the third innings. 2-2. Fouled away over to the on-deck circle where Kyle Edwards is at, bottom of the lineup there. Last season with the Otters, he had a 5.42 ERA and 86 in the third innings. He struck out 74. Struggled a little bit with the location. Just outside, and it's 3-2. Walk loads the bases for Edwards. Payoff. Both runners go, and that is a swing and a miss for strike 3. Double steal is successful, though, as Lagrange takes third. Fowler takes second, but the second straight K for Gonzalez is out number 2. So the tying run is in scoring position for Edwards, but there are 2 outs after Sullivan goes down swinging. Kyle Edwards, chance to bring him in here at the bottom of the lineup. First pitch will miss a little low for ball 1. Edwards, 318 average with runners in scoring position and 2 outs. The highest is Andrew Check, 611. 611 average. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. 11 for 18, 3 homers. Edwards, 7 for 22, with 2 homers, 3 walks, also 7 strikeouts. 1-1 from Gonzalez to Edwards. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Gonzalez trying to get 3 straight strikeouts here to keep Washington off the board. Lagrange is at third, Fowler's at second with 2 outs. As the sun continues to set here at EQT Park. One, 2. Little outside, little low. Evens the count up at 2 apiece. There is an open base. Walk would load the bases, but it would bring up the top of the order in Miles Symington. Edwards this season, 70 strikeouts. This is a Washington team that does strike out a decent amount. 3 true outcomes type of team. He got him swinging. 3 straight strikeouts for Gonzalez, and Washington stays off the board. It's still 2-0 Evansville as we head to the third inning on the Otters Digital Network. Top of the third inning, 2-0 Otters have the lead. The Otters are a pitching staff, don't really strike out too many guys. They are 12th in the Frontier League in strikeouts as a staff this season. But Yohan Gonzalez already with 5 through 2 innings. He's looking mighty fine. Gave up the walk to Lagrange, the single to Fowler, managed to strike out, catch up Sullivan and Edwards back to back to back to keep it a 2-0 game. The first pitch to Amani Jones is ball 1. Jones grounded out to check it first in his first at-bat. A little low, and it's ball 2. It's Jones, Logan Brown, and Marcos Gonzalez, the leadoff. Called a strike, and it's 2-1. And the Otters, mostly on the pitching side, they don't give up many runs. They don't give up many hits. So they don't really need to strike out that many batters. They just give up a lot of soft contact. 2-1. That is called strike 2. A couple of pitches from Kirby that paint the outside edge. Samani Jones will call his timeout. Step out of the box real quick. Now back in. 2-2. That is called strike 3. That's 3 straight pitches that hit the outside edge. Get Amani Jones looking for a strikeout for Kirby. And that's out number 1 to start the third. So 1 down to start the third. That'll bring up Logan Brown. There's a ground ball into the shift. Monroy in shallow right field throws it on over to first for out number 2. Forgot about that shift that they do. They do that for all the lefties. Where Monroy is a 4th outfielder, technically. He's just way out there. Yeah, you don't really see the Otters do a wild shift like that. First pitch is right down the middle for strike 1 to Marcos Gonzalez. Grounder to Monroy at second base in his first at-bat. Kirby looking for his first scoreless inning of the day. There's a fly ball into left field right at Brocado, who makes the catch for out number 3. Very efficient 1-2-3 inning in the third for Kirby. We'll head to the bottom half. Otters up 2-0 on the Otters Digital Network. Third inning is brought to you by Precision Pest and Wildlife, as that dude just got rocked for everybody watching on HTN, some mid-inning entertainment here at EQT Park. Every great team brings precision to the field. We bring it to your home and business. Call 812-993-3341 or visit precisionpestwildlife.com. Let's elevate the standard together. Yohan Gonzalez, 2 scoreless with 5 strikeouts to start his first outing with the Otters in 2026. Back to the top of the order, though. Symington, Monroy, and Brocado. Symington, 26 years old, from Kankakee, Illinois. First pitch will miss outside for ball 1. Ended up striking out against his former teammate at Quintana Roo earlier this season. Grounder to second base, snagged by Amani Jones. He'll throw to first in time, and that's out number 1. That was 105 off the bat that Jones just kind of stuck his glove out at and took it away. Antonio Monroy. And guess what? Antonio Monroy also played with Quintana Roo. Not this season, though. The past 4 seasons, though. 2022 to 2025. Seems as though a lot of Quintana Roo guys come into the Frontier League. Quickly 2-0. So that second pitch misses a little low for Gonzalez. Monroy flew out to Marcos Gonzalez into foul territory. 2-0, another pop-up. This time, middle infield. Monty Jones calling off TJ Salvaggio, and he'll make the catch for out number 2. You know what else is good if the Otters win this game is a little low chance either way, but we wouldn't have to see Washington clinch against the Otters. You never want to see that happen, but win today and don't have to see it. They can do it at Joliet. 1-0 here to Brocado. Swing and a miss. Or foul tip into the glove. Brocado ended up hitting a single to the right side in his first at-bat. Stole second base. There's already 3 stolen bases today for Washington. 1-1. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Could get a 1-2-3 here and strikeout number 6. Gonzalez kicks and fires the 1-2. There's a ground ball. Nice sliding grab from Salvaggio. Long throw to first. What a play! TJ just does that in his sleep. And that's out number 3. Another 1-2-3 frame for Yohan Gonzalez. We'll head to the 4th, 2-0 Evansville on the Otters Digital Network. Top of the fourth. Very quick third inning for both pitchers, Kirby and Gonzalez. In the grand scheme of things, that play from Salvaggio might not even crack the top 5 plays he's made at shortstop this season. He has been phenomenal defensively over there at short, and that's why Andy McCauley just throws him out there every day. It's the 76th game at shortstop, and there's a clear reason as to why. Grounder down the first base line is foul. 1-2 here to Robertson, leading off the fourth, just like he did the second. He led off the second inning with a double, came around to score. Otters have a 2-0 lead, and the 1-2 to Robertson is in the turf. Kirby in his 4th season with the Wild Things. Best season, probably 2024. He was an all-star that year. 2.42 ERA, 104 innings. He had a 10-4 record, struck out 100 guys exactly. 12 quality starts. Top 5 in ERA in the Frontier League. A little inside, and it's 3-2. A good season for him then in 2024. Last season, he had 109 innings, had a 4.62 ERA. A little less in terms of the strikeout numbers as that one's fouled away, and we'll do it again at 3-2. Only 61 strikeouts, 40 walks. Another payoff here from Kirby to Robertson. Check swing foul. That's going to get out of the stadium. Foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best. Refrain from regretting it. Now, the most earned runs that Kirby's given up against the Otters is 4. He's done that twice this season and back in 2024. Back up the middle. Diving stop at short. Throw to first is in time. Wow, that was a fantastic play at short by Edwards. Call that full extension. My goodness. Oh, it got off the glove of Kirby. Superman dive from Edwards, and the throw to first gets Robertson. Close call at first, but I think at that point, you put in that much effort to get a grounder. If it's close, you got to call him out. Get the highlights. Can't even be mad at it. You know, Billy Easley was talking to Schmulwitz over at first base a little bit, though, but he stopped. Can always appreciate a good defensive play. One of the better ones we've seen this year. 1-1 to LG. Fouls it off himself. And it's 1-2. Kirby at home has a 1.71 ERA coming into today's game. Opponents hitting just at under 200. Fly ball into right field. That's going to go foul. Someone's car might get hit. Parking lot just over the right field wall here at EQT Park. 1-2. Yet again from Kirby. Another grounder foul, this time to the left side. 1-2 here. Yet again to Castillo. Another fly ball. This one's playable. Monroy check. Everybody going there. Making the sliding grab is Symington. And that's out number 2. Everybody just wants to be Gold Glovers now, huh? A good first impression defensively for Symington making that sliding grab. We've basically seen 3 straight web gems on the defensive side. Salvaggio to end the inning, and then Edwards, and now Symington. Edwards definitely the best of the 3, though, if I were to guess. Grounder over to check. It's foul from Quitzer. Quitzer drove in the second run of the day for the Otters, up 2-0. Outside. 1-1 here to Quitzer. A little high, and it's 2-1. Kirby getting a lot of help from his defense. Now, the sliding grab from Symington, if he doesn't get that, it drops into foul ground. But if Edwards doesn't make that diving catch, it would be a leadoff single for Robertson. Swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. And all of a sudden, Kirby's retired the last 7 Otters he's seen. Two-two from Kirby to Quitzer. Fouled away off to the left side. There's a lot of people here for a Tuesday. Now, Washington usually gets some good crowds. Makes for a good atmosphere here at EQT Park. Quitzer facing another 2-2 here with 2 outs. Kirby kicks and fires. That's high and in, and it's ball 3. Otters scored 1 in the first, 1 in the second. They lead it 2-0. Yohan Gonzalez has been pitching very well. Payoff from Kirby. High fly ball. Having room over there is Fowler into foul ground, and he'll make the catch for out number 3. So another 1-2-3 inning for Kirby with the help of his defense. A great play from both Edwards and Symington. And we will head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Otters up 2-0 on the Otters Digital Network. Fourth inning is brought to you by Sheet Metal Workers Local 20. For 138 years, Sheet Metal Workers have led the way in sheet metal industries like heating and air, architectural, industrial, and more. Make sure to visit smart20evansville.com for more information. Also, very wild inning. Andrew Check leads it off. It's Check, it's Lagrange, and it's Fowler. Gonzalez has retired the last 6 he's seen, including 3 strikeouts in a row to end the second inning. Overall, he has 5. First pitch from Gonzalez. A little outside for ball 1. Check nearing a couple more Washington franchise records. 4 RBI away from breaking the single season record. He's currently at 92 as that one misses for ball 2. Also 5 runs scored away from a single season Washington record. He has scored 77 times. The 2-0 from Gonzalez is going to miss for ball 3. Nothing doing yet for Check. 16 games this season with multiple walks. Season high is 5. Walked 5 times on June 12th against New Jersey. 3-0. That'll miss for ball 4. So Check doesn't get anything to hit there in his first at-bat. 2 walks issued for Gonzalez, both of them to lead off innings. First walk was issued to Wagner Lagrange, who's up for the second time. Has a runner on first with nobody out. It's walk number 80 of the year for Check. First pitch called a strike to Lagrange. Walked, ended up advancing to third, part of the double steal, but did not come around to score. Grounder over to short. Salvaggio will toss a second for 1. No throw to first, as Lagrange will make it there safely. Fielder's choice, as Check is out at second base for out number 1. Lagrange will take first. Well, after Check's walk, he ties Alec Craig now for the league high. Alec Craig has 80 walks and 51 strikeouts. And we'll be seeing Alec Craig next week. Otters go to Schaumburg a week from today. First pitch, a swing and a miss for Cole Fowler. Fowler hit a single, stole second base. Now 8 for 15 on stolen bases. Lagrange already has a stolen base. See if he takes second here, as that one's outside for ball 1. There's been some traffic for Gonzalez, but so far he's been able to eliminate damage. Keep zeros on the board. 1-1 is a little outside. Fowler, 22 multi-hit games this season. Only had 1 against Mississippi. That was back on the 14th. 2 for 5. Drove in a couple runs. Swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. I haven't seen a strikeout since the 3rd inning for Gonzalez, but if we take a look, the most strikeouts in a game by a starter is 8, which is from Ryan Wiltsey. That's all the way back on June 14th. Two from Gonzalez. Grounder foul down the first base line. Fowler in his 2nd season with the Wild Things was originally signed in January. He got his contract purchased by the Mets, but didn't even play a game with them. Spent 2 weeks with the Florida Complex League, didn't appear in a game, got released, and then came back to Washington for 2026. Fouled back right in front of the press box. Hit right off the window. Hey, if that window wasn't there, that's going right in here. Right into where we're sitting. It's one of those perfectly placed foul balls that it got close. It got close. Fly ball over the leap of Jones into right field for a base hit. LaGrange will take second base. And it's Fowler and LaGrange on again here with one out for Caleb Ketchup. Oh, last time 2 were on. LaGrange and Fowler. Gonzalez struck out 3 straight. Does have the 1 out, though, so just needs to strike out 2 straight. Caleb Ketchup was the first recipient of said 3 straight strikeouts, as there is a mound visit between Gonzalez and Logan Brown. Tying run, though, is on base again for Washington. Yoan at now 68 pitches through 3 1/3. It's been a relatively long outing pitch count-wise, but it's been scoreless so far. Otters will get somebody warming in the bullpen, though. First pitch to Ketchup. Swing and a miss, and it's strike 1. Dylan Zentko is getting warming. It's weird seeing Zentko wear something other than 45. He's been wearing 45 all year. He's wearing the number 17 now. 0-1 is going to miss. See if LaGrange and Fowler want to do another double steal here. They did it back in the second inning. Second and third, and Edwards struck out to keep Washington off the board. 1-1 to Ketchup. Fouled back to the netting, and it's 1-2. See if we can get Ketchup here and get a big out number 2 before Billy Sullivan steps up for the second time. Otters in scoring position. He's hitting .271. A little outside. So 2-2 now. Runners in scoring position with 2 outs. It moves all the way up to .360, but there's only 1 out. And they're down to that .271. He's hitting .217 against righties. 2-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. 6th strikeout for Gonzalez, and that's out number 2. Another jam Gonzalez can get out of here in the 4th inning. Might be the last inning he has before Zentko comes in for long relief, fresh off the IL. Billy Sullivan was the 4th of 6 strikeouts for Gonzalez. It's his first pitch. Check swing over to first. Did not go around, and it's 1-0. Sullivan released by Joliet on July 3rd, signed with, or claimed off of waivers by Washington the same day. It's been here ever since. Gonzalez steps off. Heading back to second base is LaGrange. LaGrange is at second with Fowler at first. Second time they've been in this situation today. The bottom of the order so far, 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts. 1-0. Is going to miss for ball 2. This is the 20th game Sullivan has played with Washington this year. He's overall in his 43rd of the season. 2-0. Grounder foul over to the Otters dugout, and it's 2-1. Gonzalez played with the Fort Wayne Tin Caps in 2023 and 2024. 2024, 4.13 ERA, 52 1/3 innings. Started with a ERA under 1 in April. He's in the Padres organization after his collegiate career with Bethune-Cookman. As he swings and misses, and it's 2-2. With Bethune-Cookman in 2023, Gonzalez won the SWAC Relief Pitcher of the Year, All-SWAC first team. Had a good season, 3.8 ERA, 8 saves in 47 1/3 innings. Looking for his 7th strikeout. So that one's fouled away, and it'll remain at 2-2. A chance here for Gonzalez. Throw 4 scoreless against a good Washington offense, 2-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. 7 Ks for Gonzalez through 4 innings. As he throws 4 with 4 zeros up on the board. It is still 2-0 as we head to the 5th inning on the Otters digital network. Top of the 5th inning. Yohan Gonzalez, if this is all for him today, 4 innings, 3 hits, no earned runs, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. He almost tied the season high strikeout total for an Otter in a game this season in 4 innings. Take a look at Wiltsey's performance on June 14th. See how many innings it took him to get that 8 strikeouts. Took 7 innings to get 8 strikeouts. Took Gonzalez 4. So just straight dominance as it's 2-0 already here to Linscott. It's Linscott, Salvaggio, and Ponder. See if the bullpen can continue where Gonzalez left off. Apparently still starting with Dylan Zentko. 3-0 to Linscott. He had a fielder's choice he reached on in the 2nd inning. A lot of 3-ball counts so far for Kirby, but no walks yet. As his 3-0 is going to be called a strike. Kirby is collegiate career. He was with East Tennessee State for 4 seasons, then with Loyola Marymount in 2023. He's from Upland, California, which is in the Inland Empire, the LA area between LA and San Bernardino. Tell him you're not too far away. East Tennessee State, though, pretty far away. Payoff. Fouled away off to the right side, and we'll do it again at 3-2. Now, Kirby has 4 starts where he does not have any walks issued. And there's one right there. Leadoff walk to Linscott as he reaches for the 2nd time. Third time today that an Otter has led off and gotten on base. That'll bring up TJ Salvaggio. He grounded over to check it first. It was a safety squeeze that went wrong. Castillo didn't end up coming in to score. He backed up, stayed at 3rd. Some good defense from Check. Washington has been playing some phenomenal defense today. Throwback to first is not in time. Linscott had a couple of stolen bases in the series against the Crushers, 13 for 17 now this season. First pitch called a strike. Otters up 2-0 here in the top of the 5th inning. Nobody out. Runner on first for Salvaggio. The 0-1 from Kirby. That'll miss. With LMU in 2023 at a 3.84 ERA in 82 innings. 20 walks, 89 strikeouts. Through 8 scoreless against Pepperdine on May 13th, 2023. 1-1 from Kirby is a big swing and a miss for Salvaggio. TJ hit his 13th home run on Sunday. He has 3 homers in his last 5 games. He's catching up with Dennis Pierce. Has a chance to maybe overtake him because Pierce is on the IL. Had that hamstring issue that he ran into in the first inning of the game Sunday. There's a swing and a miss, though, and that's strike 3. Second K for Kirby. Out number 1, but it's back to the top of the order in John Ponder. Ponder 1 for 2, led off the game with a homer and then grounded out to short. First pitch misses a little low. The Otters only have 3 instances of a player hitting multiple home runs. Salvaggio, Gonzalez, and Castillo. Ponder's never done it. 1-0 pitch. That's ripped into right field and down for a base hit. It's going to be bobbled out there by Symington. Ponder's going to try and take second base, and he'll get there standing. It's going to be called a single and an advancement to second base, but Lynn Scott now at third with 1 out, and Monty Jones a big opportunity to extend the lead. Jones so far 0 for 2. The 2-3-4 guys in the order, Jones, Brown, and Gonzalez, have combined to go 0 for 6, but everybody else in the order is hitting the ball pretty well. Otters have 2 runs on 5 hits. First pitch to Jones misses a little low. 286 average, 20 for 70 for Monty and with runners in scoring position. He's got 2 there. Oh no. Misses low yet again. And now we'll have a mound visit. So it will be officially called a single and an error charge to Symington in right field. That allows Ponder to go to second base, but Ponder 2 for 3 now today. Multi-hit game number 24 on the season. A leader in multi-hit games for the Otters is now Marcos Gonzalez and Logan Brown, who are both tied at 27. Monty Jones is at 26. He's nearby, but there are 7 Otters with 20-plus multi-hit games this season. Most of the infield in Monroy is a little bit further back than the rest of them. 2-0. That'll miss for ball 3. Walk loads the bases for Logan Brown. Doesn't have a hit yet, but has been hitting the ball well against Washington this season. With Logan Brown up, we might see another safety squeeze. You never know. He's kind of known for him now. 3-0 to Jones. And it's a 4-pitch walk. So 2 walks in the inning for Kirby. Bases are loaded with 1 out for Logan Brown. All right, the big question. Will he show bunt? My guess is yes. Right. Shout your answers out loud, and we'll see what happens. First pitch to Brown. It doesn't show it. He fouls it off himself. Wow, okay. Trying something a little different today. Maybe it's because the Salvaggio squeeze attempt didn't work out in the Otters' favor. Just have Logan Brown swing away here. 0-1 from Kirby. Fouled back to the netting, and it's 0-2. 2 strikeouts for Kirby, 1 to Jones, 1 to Salvaggio earlier in this inning. Linscott's at third, Potters at second. Jones is at first. Some good speed on the bases for Evansville. 0-2 from Kirby. Popped up on the infield. Infield fly rule in effect as Monroy will make the catch, and that's out number 2. Everybody will stay put, and that'll bring up Marcos Gonzalez. Bases loaded now with 2 outs. .7% of runs scored by the Otters, or runs driven in, have come with 2 outs. Gonzalez hit a 3-run double against Gateway. Or that game, it's a very wild one. It was against Lake Erie. But that raised his 2-out total tremendously, as stepping off is Kirby. Overall, on the season, Gonzalez has 18 2-out RBIs, so could be the 6th member to join the 20-plus 2-out RBI club. Seems though we'll have Trainer come out. Kirby just getting a towel. We'll take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard real quick. Gateway's up 3-0 on Joliet in the 3rd inning. Schaumburg and Windy City still have yet to start. Interesting stuff there. Quebec's winning. They're being Sussex. They're about 5 innings away from clinching a playoff spot. Down East is up 6-2 on Troyes. Brockton's winning 4-2 against Tri-City. New York's beating New Jersey 7-2. 13-3, Ottawa is beating Mississippi. They've scored a run in every inning, including 6 in the first. And 6-2, Florence is up on Lake Erie. Back to it, first pitch to Gonzalez, a little high for ball 1. 3rd start with multiple walks for Kirby this season. The other 2, he had 3 walks. That was in his last start against Mississippi and on June 10th against the Thunderbolts. The 1-0 will miss for ball 2. Nowhere to put him. Walk brings in a 3rd run and would give Robertson a chance with the bases loaded. Dylan Zenko's been warming in the bullpen for a very long time now. 2-0. That will miss for ball 3. 2 walks in this inning already for Kirby. His season high is 3, both of those other starts mentioned previously. He's not walked more than 3 in an outing yet this season. A good hitter's count here for Gonzalez. The 3-0 now from Kirby. That will miss. A 4-pitch walk brings in a run, and the Otters have a 3-0 lead. Nothing competitive for Gonzalez. All he has to do is watch the pitches go by, and he gets an RBI out of it. So Otters take a 3-0 lead on the bases loaded walk. That'll bring up Blake Robertson with the bases still loaded and 2 outs. Shift on for Robertson. First pitch hits the zone for strike 1. Now Monroy is a 4th outfielder for this at-bat. It's a big gap, though, in between Monroy and Edwards in right center field. 0-1 from Kirby. There's a ground ball into the shift. as Monroy will throw to first in time for out number 3. Otters get another run. Bases loaded walk for Marcos Gonzalez as we're halfway home. Evansville up 3-0 on the Otters digital network. Fifth inning brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. The bottomless apps have never stopped. Dine and only visit either Evansville locations. 5405 Pearl Drive or 715 North Green River Road for details. Dylan Zenko is into the game. He has a 3.49 ERA in 28 and a third innings. His last outing was against Washington. He threw 2 2/3, gave up 2 earned runs. He walked 7. It was a very rough outing for Zenko. He ended up going on the IL, and now he's back. He got the start in that game, and now he's pitching what might be long relief here in the 5th inning. He's pitching with a lead as well. Yohan Gonzalez, 4 innings, 3 hits, no earned runs, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. A fantastic first start with the Otters in 2026 for him. He'll face off against Edwards, Symington, and Monroy, 2 lefties in the first 3 to start the bottom of the 5th inning. And Zenko now wearing the number 17. It's going to take some getting used to. Edwards leading off the bottom 3 in the order for Washington so far. 0 for 5 with 5 strikeouts. As Gonzalez made very quick work of all 3 of those guys. See what Zenko can do here. First relief appearance in 10 days. First appearance in general in 10 days. First pitch misses for ball 1. So Edwards was the 5th of 7 strikeouts for Gonzalez. 1-0 from Zenko. Misses a little high for ball 2. Seven walks is the most by an Otter in a game all year. It's already 3-0 here against Edwards. Zenko probably not going to have as long of a leash as he did when he was starting. Especially with a 3-run lead. 3-0 is going to miss for ball 4. Logan Brown already going to come out to talk to Zenko. Well, now 11 of his 18 walks have come in his last 3 outings. 7 back on the 8th, 3 on the 31st of July against Windy City. Those are his 2 starts, though. And this one out of the bullpen. See how he does lefty-lefty against Symington. In his Wild Things debut, so far he's 0 for 2, has a strikeout looking at a grounder over to Jones at second. See Zentko, even with those 7 walks, still has 10 more strikeouts than walks coming into today's game. First pitch, there's a strike, and it's 0-1. Symington has played with a lot of different leagues, especially in 2025. He played with 5 different teams between the American Association, the Atlantic League, and the Mexican League. That'll miss a little low, and it's 1-1. So this is his second season in the Frontier League. He played with Schaumburg back in 2023, 250 average in 21 games. That was the first team he played professionally with. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Monroy on deck. Those two guys combined 0 for 4 against Gonzalez. And now they got to face off against a lefty. 1-2 from Zentko. Ground ball over to second. Flipped to short for 1. On to first. A double play. 4-6-3 DP gets the first 2 outs on the board and empties the bases for Monroy with 2 outs. That's a good start to Zentko's outing. He gave up the 4-pitch walk, but that doesn't matter anymore. 2 outs. Monroy, now he's looking for a 1-2-3 bottom of the 5th inning. Fly out to Gonzalez in foul ground, then a pop out to Jones. He's 0 for 2. First pitch is called a strike, and it's 0-1. That video board in right field still is not working. Well, it wasn't working for the last, I think the last game on Sunday it wasn't working. Wonder if that's still the case. A little high, and it's 1-1. Otters 3 runs on 5 hits, no errors. On the other side, Washington no runs, 3 hits, and 1 error. Washington 3rd in runs scored, but 16th in overall hits. Called a strike, and it's 1-2 to Monroy. They're also 15th in average at a 264. They just have a lot of homers hit. Home runs, they're 5th in the league, 106. With over 45 of them coming from 2 gentlemen. Those 2 gentlemen are hitting in the 3 and 4 spot. 1-2 from Zentko. In the turf. It's also a team that walks a lot, doesn't really strike out too often. They just score a lot of runs. It's the pitching staff, though, that has been phenomenal. 4.36 ERA, which is first by about 0.6. Another fly ball for Monroy. This one goes into shallow center field. Salvaggio makes the catch, and that's out number 3, a scoreless bottom of the 5th. 1-2-3 after inducing the double play for Zentko. We'll head to the 6th. 3-0 Evansville on the Otters Digital Network. Welcome back. Top of the 6th inning. Otters up 3-0. So far, the combination of Gonzalez and Zentkov combined to go 5 scoreless with 7 strikeouts. Kirby, he's at 5 innings, 5 hits, 3 earned runs, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. It is the 4th time that Kirby has given up 3 earned runs in an outing this season. LG Castillo leading it off with Quitzer behind him, then Linscott. As 7 gentlemen rocking the Evansville blue came up to the plate in the last inning. Only 1 run came in on the bases loaded walk from Gonzalez, but now the Otters up 3. First pitch from Kirby to Castillo. Called a strike. A little bit of an outside pitch, called strike 1. Castillo's 1 for 2, has a single and a fly out to right field in his 2 at-bats. The 0-1 from Kirby. High fly ball off to the right side, out of play, and it is a 0-2 count. Foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. Otters have had 3 men lead off and reach base. In the first, the second, and the 5th, each of those innings, they scored a run. There's a base hit into the gap in right center field. Cut off out there. Castillo's going to try for 2. The throw to second is in time. LG Castillo tries to extend it to a double. He gets thrown out in center field by Caleb Ketchup. And that's out number 1. That was a good throw on the fly over to Edwards, and he applied the tag for out number 1. Now, LG does have his second hit, but he gets thrown out trying to go 2. That'll bring up Quitzer. Quitzer's driven in one of the 3 runs today for Evansville. RBI single brought in Robertson from third back in the 2nd inning. Check swing over is a no-go, and it's 1-1. Guys, remember the mother clucker of the day? That's still going on. Quitzer is the one that they have chosen. Still don't know if I can even say that on the broadcast, but, you know, it's their promotion. What are they going to do? Fire me? No, they're not. I didn't do anything wrong. 1-1 as that one was fouled away. Kirby's 1-1 now to Quitzer. In the turf. I was told the mother clucker is not even like if he does anything, the fans win something. They just throw chicken noises at him. That's all they do. Trying to get in his head. And Quitzer with his RBI single, I'm not sure if it's really worked so far. At least today. Shout out to Kyle Dawson, the Wild Things broadcaster. I might have to ask him after the game to calculate how players have done when they have been the mother clucker of the day. Overall, over the course of the season. It might take a while, you know, of course, but maybe like next season, you start tallying up how players do when they get chicken noises thrown at them. Could do for an interesting little nugget on the broadcast. Fouled away. 3-2 still here to Quitzer as Kirby tries to avoid walking his 4th batter of the day. His payoff yet again is another foul ball off to the left side this time. Going to be a souvenir. Maybe. Maybe not. Another Chris Quitzer long AB. Seen a lot of those. Kirby kicks and deals another 3-2. Fly ball into right center field. That'll drop in for a base hit. Quitzer's going to stay at first. And he has a single. He's 2 for 3 today. Chicken noises will not work. They will not stop him. No matter what chicken, no matter what noise, he will still get hits. So back-to-back singles lead off the 6th inning. Castillo, though, was out number 1. So just a runner on first with 1 out for Sam Linscott. First pitch from Kirby is going to hit the zone for strike 1. Linscott has reached twice, reached on a fielder's choice in the 2nd inning, walked in the 5th, came around to score. Oh, 1. Quitzer on first has not attempted a stolen base yet this season as that one's fouled away. And it's 0-2. Linscott is at a .314 average now. 4 homers, 29 RBIs. Drove in 4 runs against Washington so far this season. 0-2. That's lined into left field, but caught out there by Brocado. Throw back to first is not in time as Quitzer makes it back safely. That was a good throw by Brocado out there in left field. So two down now after the liner to left field. TJ Salvaggio up for the 3rd time. He's 0 for 2. Squeeze bunt over to first, didn't work, and then he struck out swinging. The second of only 2 strikeouts for Kirby. Quitzer still on first. First pitch will miss. Quitzer played with Washington back in 2020 in the Washington League. 296 in 18 games. It's with the Wild Things, but there were 4 teams in that one. They just played here because of the COVID restrictions. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. So Quitzer knows a lot of the Washington guys quite well. A lot of the Washington guys have been here for a while, like check at first base. 1-1 from Kirby. Is going to miss a little low. And with the back-to-back singles, the Otters now have 7 hits on the day. Two one. That is ripped into left field for a base hit. It's going to get past Brocado all the way to the wall. Quitzer is heading for 3rd. He'll get stopped there. The TJ Salvaggio has his first hit of the day, and it's a double that puts 2 in scoring position. Double number 17 for TJ this season. John Ponder a chance to extend the lead further here. Already 3-0. And Tom Vaith coming out. There was somebody warming in the bullpen for Washington. This might be the day for Kirby. He is at 101 pitches. Who's in the bullpen for Washington? Looking like Eldridge Armstrong III. It's just a mound visit for now. See if he keeps Kirby in here to face Ponder. Entire infield in on this one as well. So Salvaggio with that double now has a hit in 9 straight games. Tied with Castillo with his 2 singles. He's at 9 games as well. And they will keep Kirby in the game. .101 pitches for him, but he will face off against the top of the order for the 4th time in John Ponder. Quitzer on 3rd, Salvaggio on 2nd. 2 outs, so Kirby can get out of this with the 6 full, but mentioned Ponder hitting the ball very well with runners in scoring position. First pitch a little high for ball 1. And Ponder does already have 2 hits today. The homer in the 1st, the single in the 5th inning. .48 RBIs on the season for Ponder. The 1-0. That is called a strike. A little bit of a high strike call there makes it 1-1. Ponder looking for 3-hit game number 6 here and hopefully bringing in a run or two. Maybe put the Otters out of slam range. 1-1. That'll miss just low. And Kirby not a big fan of that call. Now, Kirby did get the strike call the last pitch, so maybe it was a little bit of a get back type call. 2-1 though. Kirby kicks and fires. Popped up, foul ground. After it is Sullivan, but he will not have space. It hits the concourse. Makes it 2-2. Now Kirby one pitch away from getting out of things here. This is pitch number 107 for him. He's pitched 118 before. Also 111. Those are his 2 season highs. Also the only other times he's thrown over 100 pitches in a game. 2-2. Grounder, that is a foul ball. So close to bringing those 2 runs in, but it's called foul just left of the line. And we'll do it again at 2-2. See if we have a replay on that. That was really close. Nobody from Evansville really arguing it, though. So we'll do it again at 2-2 here. Kirby to Ponder. As Kirby kicks and deals. Liner right at second base. Monroy will throw to first in time, and that's out number 3. So no runs come in for Evansville in the 6th inning. Kirby finishes the full 6th with 108 pitches. And we will head to the bottom half. Evansville still up 3-0 on the Otters digital network. Sixth inning is brought to you by United Fidelity Bank, the experience you need and the service you deserve since 1914. So that's most likely Zach Kirby's day done. He finishes with 6 innings, 8 hits, 3 earned runs, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. So it is a quality start for Kirby, but Washington still finds themselves down 3-0, heading to the bottom half. Zetko's still out there. He'll face Mercado, Check, and Lagrange, the very big bulk of the lineup for Washington. Mercado, 1 for 2, has a single in the first inning, a grounder to shorten the third. Nice play from TJ Salvaggio to end that inning. First pitch to Mercado is going to miss a little high. Mercado was lights out against Evansville when we were at Bossy Field. That slowed down a little bit here in the series against the Otters at EQT Park, but he was hitting everything back in Evansville. It was very scary. I was scared. I was scared. Not afraid to admit it. 1-1. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Mercado, though, still leading the league in homers with 26. All-star selection. He played pretty much the whole game. He went 1 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. 1-2. Grounder foul down the third base line. Over to the bullpen. Oh, who misplayed that? Who did it? Was that Valdez? That might have been Valdez. One, two, yet again. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Mercado goes down swinging 8th strikeout for Otters pitching. First for Zentko, and that's out number 1 to start the bottom of the 6th. Check against lefties. His splits go way down. He's hitting .391 against righties, .225 against lefties this season. That is crushed. Wow. That thing was launched. 108 off the bat, 422. Andrew Check has his 24th home run of the year, and Washington's on the board. It is 3-1. First pitch, that thing was launched. No doubter. Everybody in the stadium knew that thing was gone. Linscott didn't even move in right field. It went over the video board in right. 3-1. And that'll bring up Wagner Lagrange. First pitch now to Lagrange is called a strike. Well, that puts Check's overall total up to 111 home runs as he tries to catch up with not only Brocado, but Charlie Lisk, sitting in third right now. There's a grounder foul, and it's 0-2. Well, luckily, there was nobody on base. The Otters are still up 2. But so far, Evansville has left a decent amount of runners on base. So far, 7 through 6 innings. In the turf, and it's 1-2. Otters immediately going to get somebody warm in the bullpen. Joe Morrissey. Joe Morrissey's been very good in high leverage so far since the All-Star break. 1-2. Grounder down the third base line, yet again foul. Well, for Check, that's his 3rd homer in 2 games. Former Frontier League Player of the Week, the most recent winner, hits another one way out of the yard. It's only the 4th hit, though, of the day for Washington. That is a liner past Jones into right field. There's hit number 5 for Washington as Lagrange gets a single. And that'll bring up Cole Fowler, runner on first with 1 out. Washington might have needed that home run to spark momentum just a little bit. See how Zentko does against the lefty and Fowler. Two for 2 for Fowler, 2 singles. Those are both against Yohan Gonzalez. First pitch is a swing and a miss for strike 1. Wonder if this might be Zentko's last batter, considering the righties that are up next. Oh, 1. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Still lefty warming in the bullpen now. It is Michael Fultz Jr. out there. 0-2 from Zentko. Very much spikes that one into the turf. Good block, though, from Logan Brown. Logan Brown has been a very good defensive catcher this season. Catcher ERA at a 5.21. He's only allowed 3 pass balls in 335 innings. Has only made 1 error all season. 1-2. Foul tip. As Fowler just gets a piece of it, stays alive. It'll remain at 1-2. Still a close game. This is the tying run right now in Fowler. The run already in. Runner on first here in Lagrange. It's the 3rd time he's reached in 3 ABs. 1-2 from Zentko. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Fowler goes down swinging. Strikeout number 9 for Otters pitching. And that's out number 2. Out comes Max Peterson. They're going to put in the righty here against the righty in Ketchup with 2 outs and a runner on first. Zentko's day is done. He'll finish for now with 1 1/3, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Gave up the homer to Check. He is responsible for the runner on first in Lagrange. But Joe Morrissey will come in as we'll take a quick break on the Otters digital network. Pitching Change is brought to you by the Answer Auto Repair East. Find all your battery needs at the Answer Auto Repair East, located at 2319 North Green River Road, or give them a call at 812-4759-K. It's Joe Morrissey into the game. Just got word that Check's home run, his 24th, was also his 500th hit. So, congrats to Andrew Check. Big accomplishment there. Morrissey's into pitch. He has a 3.92 ERA in 39 innings. He's been pitching the ball well as of recent. As the first pitch to Caleb Ketchup is called strike 1. Bottom 3 in the order. 0 for 5 with 5 strikeouts and a walk. And Morrissey definitely knows how to strike a man out. The 0-1. Fouled away off to the right side. And it's 0-2. So Lagrange on first, 2 outs. Checks homer, putting Washington on the board. It's 3-1 still. Otters with the lead. 0-2 from Morrissey. That will miss a little outside. Otters are going to need some more offense. Wild things always can come back. 21 come from behind wins this season, 12 of them here at home. 1-2. Another one outside. Trying to catch up to swing and miss at the outside slider like he did against Gonzalez. 2-2. Another one in the turf this time. It's ball 3. So 3-2 outs. Lagrange is going to get a head start over at first base. Walk puts 2 on with 2 outs for Billy Sullivan. Catch up. 53 walks, 84 strikeouts. Morrissey kicks and fires. Fouled back. He has multiple strikeouts now in 4 of his last 5 games. After the 2 earlier today. Another payoff here from Morrissey. And another foul ball. That one getting out of the stadium yet again. The battle here between Morrissey and Ketchup. Ketchup trying to get on for Sullivan. Now Ketchup representing the tying run for Washington. We'll do it again here. Another 3-2 from Morrissey. Curveball got him. Loops that one in, freezes Ketchup, and that's out number 3 as Joe Morrissey gets out of the 6th inning. We'll head to the 7th. Run comes in on the check homer, but the Otters up 3-1 on the Otters Digital Network. Top of the 7th inning, 3-1 Otters lead. Washington going to the bullpen for the first time today. Michael Fultz Jr., the first one out. The lefty has a 3.99 ERA in 38 1/3 innings. He's given up 32 hits, 17 earned runs, 16 walks compared to 46 strikeouts. As he'll face off against Jones, Brown, and Gonzalez. Those top 3 are 0 for 7, but do have 2 walks, one of them bringing in a run. First pitch called a strike. Jones batting from the right side now for the first time today. Oh, 1. Fastball is called strike 2. Jones, when hitting from the right side of the plate, 274 average, 23 for 84 when batting from the left side. No more at bats there, hitting 294. 0-2 from Fultz. Grounder down the third base line. Throw to first is not in time. Monty Jones legs out an infield single. Fowler made it close, but Jones was able to beat it out. A leadoff single for Jones. He's on first with nobody out for Logan Brown. Lefty's hitting 194 off of Fultz this season. Take a look at the stats yet again. 1.25 whip. His last outing was on the 16th against Mississippi. It was on Sunday. He threw an inning, gave up 2 earned runs, 3 hits, as the first pitch is high for ball 1. Hasn't given up an earned run against the Otters yet. So far, it's been 3 2/3 scoreless out of 3 outings for Fultz. Corner's in now after bunt showed for Logan Brown. Doesn't show it this time, and he swings and misses at the fastball, and it's 1-1. Fastball 91-93 for Fultz, then the curveball at 79-81, and then the changeup 85-87. Just a 3-pitch mix for him. 1-1. That will miss outside, a little low for ball 2. He has 23 scoreless outings, including 10 straight from June 28th to July 21st. He had a fantastic July. (2-1) to Logan Brown. That one will miss for ball 3. Mentioned Fultz doesn't walk too many guys, only 16 walks this season. He's only walked multiple batters twice out of 35 appearances. 3-1 is fouled way out of the stadium, and it's 3-2. Logan Brown's faced off against Fultz twice. He's gone 0 for 2 with a strikeout. .64 ERA in July. 3-2 is inside, and that's ball 4. As Logan Brown will walk. 4th walk issued by Washington pitching, as Jones will take second base. 2 on with nobody out for Marcos Gonzalez. Short sample size, 5 2/3 innings, but Fultz is at a 9.53 ERA in August. As Washington's going to have somebody else warming in the bullpen. Morrissey's going to get the bottom of the 7th. Nobody's warming for Evansville. First pitch to Gonzalez is fouled away. Oh, nice catch out there by a fan. It's Eldridge Armstrong III yet again out there warming. He was in the bullpen an inning ago, but decided to put Fultz in. Fultz pitched in 3 games in the series against Mississippi. Fouled away over to the Otters dugout, and it's 0-2. In those 3 games against Mississippi last week, he gave up 6 earned runs, 10 hits in 3 innings. (0-2) here from Fultz. That's outside. Strikeouts per 9 at a 10.8 for Fultz so far this season. He's at a 2-0 record. Has 1 save. That 1 save was back on the 4th against Down East. His wins were on May 26th against Schaumburg and June 28th against Joliet. Grounder foul down the first base line. Let's get a little bit of a better look at Armstrong warming. Lefty and Blake Robertson on deck here. Fultz's K/9 is 1.6 over the league average. He's at a 10.8. His ERA is a lot better than the league average, as well as his whip. 1-2. That will miss. Fastball a little outside, and it's evened up at 2-2. Marcos is 0 for 2, but did walk in a run back in the 5th inning. 2-2 is going to miss just inside for ball 3. That's a great take from Gonzalez. Looking to walk for the second straight time. Walk would load the bases for Robertson. It would be the 3rd game this season where Fultz walks multiple batters. Payoff here from Fultz. Fouls one off himself, and we'll do it again. It's already been a long inning for Fultz. Pitch number 17. There's still nobody out in the inning. Another 3-2. Fultz looks back to second, kicks and fires. Another foul ball. A good battle here between Gonzalez and Fultz. Righty's hitting 250 off of Fultz this season with runners in scoring position, 297. Three-two. That will be called strike 3. Painting the corner is Fultz, and Gonzalez goes down looking for out number 1. First strikeout of the day for Fultz. Marcos didn't think that was strike 3. He was getting ready to toss his stuff for ball 4, but gets the bad news, and that's out number 1. It'll bring up Robertson. Monty Jones at second, Logan Brown at first. Otters have a 3-1 lead, looking to get their 3-run lead back. First pitch to Robertson from Fultz is in the turf for ball 1. Lefty's pretty scattered in the lineup for Evansville. 1-0 from Fultz. Inside. Backs Robertson out of the way. It's 2-0. I feel like we've seen a lot of missed pitches for Fultz so far, but still only the 1 walk. To Robertson. Outside for ball 3. Robertson in a good spot here. With runners in scoring position, Robertson hitting 271, 12 walks, 17 strikeouts. Seen over the course of the season, Blake Robertson's plate discipline gets so much better. 3-0. Swinging 3-0, and he misses for strike 1. We saw Robertson swing 3-0 last week against Lake Erie. Seen it happen a lot more often as of recent for Evansville. Now the 3-1 from Fultz. Another swing and a miss, and it's 3-2. Pitch number 24 this inning from Fultz. Still nothing doing for Evansville in terms of the scoring. Payoff from Fultz. That will miss low for ball 4. So for the 3rd time this season, Fultz walks multiple batters in an outing. And that will load the bases, and that might end Fultz's day. As the Second time today that the Otters have had the bases loaded, this time with one out, as LG Castillo will face a new pitcher. Eldridge Armstrong will come into the game. Fultz, for now, inning, just a third of an inning. A hit, no earned runs, 2 walks, and a strikeout. We'll see if that changes here with the bases loaded, as we'll take a quick break on the Otters Digital Network. Eldridge Armstrong into the game. Ready to go. First pitch from him to Castillo is a foul ball on a check swing. Armstrong at a 5.56 ERA, 11 and a third innings. Has not pitched against the Otters yet this season. His last outing was against Mississippi back on the 14th, so not even in the series last week. 0-1. Blooper into right field. That'll drop in for a base hit. 1 run will score. Everybody will advance 90 feet. As LG Castillo brings in a run, it's 4-1, and the Otters are back up 3. That's the third hit of the day for Castillo. As Jones comes in to score, Logan Brown got stopped at third. Base is still loaded here with 1 out for Quitzer. First pitch from Armstrong is a fastball right down the middle for strike 1. Quitzer has gotten 1 at-bat this season with the bases loaded, and he struck out. He has 2 homers, 6 RBIs on the day. Or on the season. Booter over to third, throw to home is in time for out number 2. That's reaching on the fielder's choice is Quitzer. Out at home is Logan Brown. 2 down now for Sam Linscott. Everybody advances the 90 feet yet again, but the run doesn't come in. Still 4-1. The Otters, though, up to 10 hits on the day. It's the 4th straight game where the Otters have had double-digit hits. They got double digits in all 3 games in the Crushers series. The first pitch is swung on and missed for strike 1. That run will be earned to Fultz, by the way. Oh, 1. Check swing over to first. He did go around, and it's 0-2. Linscott with the bases loaded this season, hitting at a .500, 4 for 8. He does have 1 grand slam this season. The 0-2. Grounder back to Armstrong. He'll throw to the plate, and that's out number 3. Run comes in for Evansville as they are back up 3 heading to the bottom of the 7th inning. 4-1 on the Otters Digital Network. Seventh innings brought to you by Jacobs Pub. Jacobs Pub is proud to support the Evansville Otters in the Jacobsville neighborhood. Be sure to check out First Fridays at 607 North Main Street. Joe Morrissey still in the game, and he's facing off against Sullivan, Edwards, and Symington. First pitch called a strike. Sullivan 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts against Gonzalez. Otters have 10 strikeouts today. 0-1. Looping curveball will miss. Florence has beaten Lake Erie. So the Otters need to win to stay 2.5 games up for the first wild card. Fly ball, leaping grab by Salvaggio. Beautiful, perfect timing. Didn't know he could jump that high. Out number 1. Swing and a miss for Edwards. Not sure you could time that jump any more perfectly. Second early, second late. That's a base hit. There's a fly ball into shallow right field. Lynn Scott's under it, and he'll make the catch for out number 2. Joe Morrissey quickly getting the first 2 outs in the 7th. Back to the top of the order in Symington. Symington 0 for 3, has a strikeout looking and a couple of grounders to second base. One of them was a double play. 0 for 3 start to his Wild Things tenure. First pitch is a grounder. Diving stop at first from Robertson. Throw to first. Wow. Just some insane defense being played today by everybody. And that's out number 3. A quick 1-2-3 for Morrissey. We'll head to the 8th. It is 4-1 Evansville on the Otters Digital Network. some reason everybody is just turning into the best defenders of all time in this game. Top 8, 4-1 Evansville. Salvaggio fouls one off. He leads off against Armstrong, who's back out there. It's Salvaggio, Ponder, and Jones 9-1-2 leading off the 8th. As the Otters have a 4-1 lead, Alex Valdez is in the bullpen. Is the typical 8th inning guy. High and in, and it's 1-1. See a little bit of Valdez, a little bit of Serta to hopefully get the job done in game 1 and give the Otters a win. 1-1 pitch from Armstrong. Hits the zone. And it's 1-2. Salvaggio hit a double in the 6th inning. Overall, he's 1 for 3. Armstrong has 7 outings. 5 of them have been scoreless, but he has also given up 2 earned runs in each of his last 3 outings, going back to the 5th against Down East. One, two. Whoa, behind him. Might have slipped. Might have slipped. Gonna toss that ball away. That ball has bad juju. I'll get a new one. 2-2 now to Salvaggio. Armstrong, first season with Washington. He was in the Pioneer League last season. Glacier and Colorado Springs. High fly ball into right field. Symington is under it, and he will make the catch for out number 1. Back to the top of the lineup, John Ponder. He's 2 for 4 today. Had all 4 of his at-bats against Zach Kirby. Hit a home run to lead off the game. Hit a single in the 5th inning. Otherwise, a grounder to second, a grounder to short. First pitch from Armstrong. And a ground ball over to short. Throw to Edwards from first to first is in time for out number 2. So first pitch gets out number 2 for Armstrong. Monty Jones up for the 5th time. He is 1 for 3, has a walk, has a single. Singled and scored in the 7th inning to make it 4-1. Armstrong, 23-year-old from Pasadena, was with San Diego State for a couple seasons, then Texas A&M in 2024. Only pitched in 4 games with A&M in 2024 before signing a minor league deal with the Mets. It was kind of like Cole Fowler in the way that he signed with the Mets, was with the Florida Complex League, didn't play a game with them, and then got released. It's very weird how that's happened twice. You know, if I had a nickel, that sort of thing. 1-1 to Jones. That one's called a strike. He originally signed with Quebec to start the season. He was in Quebec spring training, got released, though, on May 3rd, signed with Washington on July 22nd. So that one misses low, and it's 2-1. Armstrong's 2-1. Fouled away off to the left side and out of play. Foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. And it's 2-2. With Glacier, he had a 7 ERA in 27 1/3 innings. He had an 18 ERA with Colorado Springs in 18 1/3 innings. Pioneer League, you know, there's a lot of offense. Reaches out and pops one up left side of the infield. Making the catch over there is Fowler for out number 3. And it's a 1-2-3 top of the 8th for Armstrong. Led to the bottom half, Alex Valdez coming into the game. Otters up 4-1 on the Otters Digital Network. 8th inning brought to you by McMahon Exterminating. Remember who can help with all of your pest control needs? McMahon can. Alex Valdez is into the game. He's at a 3.15 ERA, 45 2/3 innings. Gave up his first earned run since July 21st against Lake Erie in his last outing. That was back on Friday. He has not pitched since. It was 12 straight scoreless outings. This is the 4th time he's pitching against Washington. Or sorry, no, the 6th time. 3 scoreless in the last series. On the 8th, through an inning, hitless, and then 2 hitless innings on the 9th against Washington. It'll be Monroy, Brocado, and Check. The top 3 leading off here. 2, 3, 4 in the order. 2 lefties as well. Definitely going to be a challenge for Valdez to try and get out of this one. But Otters have a 3-run lead yet again after scoring 1 in the top of the 7th. They have 1 in the 1st, 1 in the 2nd, 1 in the 5th, and 1 in the 7th. We're going to cross those 4 runs. The Andrew Check home run in the bottom of the 6th inning, still the only run for Washington. First pitch fastball called a strike, as that one will miss a little low. It's 1-1. Monroy 0 for 3. 3 flyouts. None of which have left the infield. 1 to third, 1 to second, 1 to short. Just needs 1 to first, and he'll complete some sort of sombrero. 2-1. Will miss, or no, it'll be called a strike. And it's 2-2. A little bit of a low strike call there. Luckily for the Otters, though, it's 2-2 now to Monroy. Valdez working quickly here. There's a ground ball over to second base. Jones will flip it over to first in time, and that's out number 1. Top 2 in the order, 0 for 8. Brocado 1 for 3 himself. He's up with 1 out, nobody on. Definitely best to face this part of the lineup with nobody on base. First pitch called a strike. Washington 10-2 on Tuesdays. 22-5 in series openers. But they have not had the offensive performance that Washington's looked like all season. Besides the Check homer. The 1-1. Outside, and it's ball 2. Valdez overall, out of 39 appearances, he has given up 0 earned runs in 30 of them. The season high 7 earned was against Washington back on May 14th. Is honestly the bulk of the reason why his ERA isn't below 3 right now. There's just one bad outing that increased the ERA, but he's been phenomenal since then. 3-1 to Brocado. That will miss for ball 4. And Brocado will take the walk, 4th walk issued by Evansville pitching. 4 walks and 10 strikeouts. I'll check it, a mammoth homer in his last at-bat. He's 1 for 2, homer and a walk. Has a runner on first here. He's got to be careful around this guy. First pitch from Valdez. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. Brocado does already have a stolen base today as well. That one will miss low. Valdez has only given up 3 homers this season. When he gave up those 7 earned, those were 2 of his 3 homers given up. 1-1. Another one misses low. They have a 6:05 Eastern, 5:05 Central start time tomorrow, hopefully with the Otters leading the series. 2-1 from Valdez to check. Foul tip into the glove, and it's 2-2. Check has a strikeout. That was against Gonzalez. Gonzalez also walked Check after a good battle. Home run against Zentko was on the first pitch he saw, though. It was 86 high and inside, right in his wheelhouse. 2-2. Fouled back to the netting. We'll do it again at 2-2. Against Washington last season, Valdez 7 innings total, 2 earned runs, got 2 saves, struck out 11. Ended up going 1-2 record-wise. 2-2, yet again from Valdez. High fly ball into foul ground. Gonzalez running after it. He's not going to have space, as that will land in the concourse. We'll do it again at 2-2. Wagner Lagrange on deck. He's reached 3 times in 3 at-bats today. 2-2. Fouled back yet again. It's already been a long inning pitch count-wise for Valdez. He's up to 17 pitches. He's only gone through 2 batters. Another 2-2 to check. That is called strike 3, and Check goes down looking. 11th strikeout for Otters pitching, first for Valdez, and a huge out number 2. As Check is down looking. Strikes out for the 2nd time today, and that'll bring up Wagner Lagrange. Well, these 2 guys are from the same place, Las Matas de Farfán in the Dominican Republic. Same hometown. Now they're facing off here. As the first pitch is called a strike. Las Matas de Farfán in western Dominican Republic, just a little bit east of the border with Haiti. It's a pretty small town. 2 guys, though, in the Frontier League from there. Now they're facing off against each other. Valdez is quickly up, though, 0-2. Runner on first, 2 outs. The 0-2 from Valdez. Grounder foul. We'll do it again. 4-1 Evansville. Otters have 4 runs on 10 hits, no errors. On the other side, Washington, 1 run, 5 hits, 1 error. Finding themselves down 3. Can't put the tying run up to the plate here, especially with a good home run hitting team. Another 0-2. Fouled away. Another 0-2 coming here. Lagrange has a walk, a fielder's choice to reach on in the 4th, and then a single in the 6th. 0-2. A little outside on the fastball. Lagrange 1 homer, 12 RBIs this season. That single is 19th hit, now in his 20th game. The 1-2 now from Valdez. Grounder over to third, Gonzalez, long throw across the diamond to first is in time for out number 3. Valdez gets the scoreless bottom of the 8th. We'll head to the 9th. Otters up 4-1 on the Otters Digital Network. Top of the 9th. Otters looking for some insurance. Eldridge Armstrong still out there. It's Logan Brown leading off, then Marcos Gonzalez and Blake Robertson. 2 lefties in the top 3 against Armstrong. Junior Serta's warming in the bullpen. There's a ground ball into the shift. Monroy throw over to first in time. And 1 pitch to get the first out of the 9th for Armstrong. Marcos Gonzalez 0 for 3 so far today. Walked in that run in the 5th inning. Otters are 3 outs away from clinching a winning season. We'll drop the magic number down to 10. Windy City, still don't know what's going on there. Their game still hasn't started on iScore. I wonder. Oh, no. Windy City's winning 3-2. I don't know what was going on there. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. So Windy City wins. The magic number would just go down to 10 and stay there. But if Windy City loses, it goes down to 9. Otters would clinch their 18th winning season in franchise history. 0-2. That is called strike 3 on the inside edge. And Gonzalez not happy with the call. Was a strike, though, and it is the 2nd strikeout of the day for Gonzalez. First for Eldridge Armstrong, overall the 4th for Washington. And that's out number 2 in the top of the 9th. Armstrong pitching well out of the bullpen. Only keeping the other arms in the pen from coming out there, as the Otters are bound to use 5 pitchers. Only 3 so far for Washington. Kirby Fultz and Armstrong. 0-1 is low to Robertson. Robertson is 1 for 3. Doubled and scored in the 2nd inning. 2 groundouts and then a walk in the 7th. 1-1. Little inside. Armstrong went 3 1/3 in his last outing against Mississippi. 5 hits, 2 earned runs, got the win. He's actually at a 3-1 record. Two 1. Called a strike. 2 of his 3 wins were in back-to-back games. On July 26th and the 30th against Brockton. 2-2 to Robertson. That is called strike 3. Wow. Armstrong, back-to-back strikeouts. Both of them looking. Both Gonzalez and Robertson go down on the K. Otters 3 outs away from a win here in Game 1. It's Serta time as he looks to get another save on the Otters digital network. Bottom 9, Junior Serta. Looking to close things out here in Game 1 of the series. Serta has a 3.73 ERA and 41 innings pitched. Got his first loss of the season, though, against Lake Erie back on Saturday. It was an inning he gave up 3 earned runs, the 3-run homer to Pavin Parks. It was his first and only loss of the season. But he has 15 saves, and he's working with a 3-run lead here in the bottom of the 9th. It's Fowler, Ketchup, and Sullivan. He's walked 12, struck out 45, and he just needs 3 outs. It is a portion of the lineup that has struck out 6 times today. But Fowler is 2 for 3 with 2 singles. As he leads off, Fowler, Ketchup, and Sullivan. First pitch from Serta is going to miss low on the fastball. The score holds. Zentko would get the win. Oh no. Fouled to the netting. And it's 1-1 for Zentko. It would be his first win of his professional career. 0 for 2. And 2 losses. Both of them against Florence. 1-1. A little low, a little in, and it's 2-1. A mound visit here. We'll take one last look at the out-of-town scoreboard as games start to finish up. Windy City's 3 outs away from beating Schaumburg, but it is a 1-run game. 6-3 Gateway's beaten Joliet. Sussex and Quebec now tied at 8 in the 9th. Troyes is losing to Down East 10-4. Brockton beat Tri-City 4-2. New York beat New Jersey. That's going to be a big series for the East Division. Titans blew out Mississippi 16-4, and Florence won against Lake Erie 6-2. That's how we're looking. 2-1 from Serta. Fouled back to the netting again, and it's 2-2. "18 scoreless outings this season. 15 of 18 on saves. Two. A little low for ball 3. His 3 earned runs against Lake Erie are the most he's given up out of the bullpen this season. Swung on a miss, strike 3. Fowler goes down swinging on the fastball. Strikeout number 12 for Otters pitching, and that's out number 1. This would be a huge win for Evansville. Caleb Ketchup 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. 2 against Gonzalez, 1 against Morrissey. Season high for strikeouts in a game by Evansville is 14. If Serta strikes out the side here, could tie it. First pitch is called a strike. But so far, 7 for Gonzalez, 2 from Zentko, 1 from Morrissey, 1 from Valdez, and now 1 from Serta. All 5 pitchers got a strikeout. 0-1 is going to miss inside. Bottom 3 in the order. 0 for 8 with a walk and 6 strikeouts. 1-1. Fouled away off to the right side. One last time. Foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. The 1-2. Serta kicks and fires. There's a fly ball into right field. It's going to go foul. And we'll do it again. There's 94 right down the middle. A little bit late on it, though, is Ketchup. Trying to avoid going 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts. The big golden sombrero. Serta, another 1-2. Kicks and deals. That will miss. And it's 2-2. Otters dugout not too big of a fan of that one. Now the 2-2 from Serta. That is crushed into left field, but it's going to go foul. Got out in front of that one. 95 off the bat, though. 353 on the distance, but a little bit left. And it will be another 2-2 coming to catch up. A good battle here between Serta and Ketchup, 2-2. Fly ball into left field, and Castillo will make the catch for out number 2. Washington down to their last out here in the bottom of the 9th. As the clock strikes 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Last hope is Billy Sullivan. He's 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts and a liner. Salvaggio made a great leaping grab at short. Started the 7th inning. First pitch from Serta. Little inside on the fastball. It's a great pitching performance from Evansville. Just the homer from Czech. The only run scored by Washington. 1-0. Breaking ball called a strike. With the win, Otters would be 19 games over 500 for the first time this season. 1-1. A little low. Serta would get save number 16. He's second in the league, still behind Aiden McAvoy. Two one, popped up foul right behind home plate. And it's 2-2. McAvoy has 19 saves. Serta has 15. And then behind him, Brett Garcia with Ottawa, Brendan O'Donnell with Brockton at 13. Two from Serta. High on the fastball again, this time at 95. And it's 3-2. Edwards at the bottom of the order on deck. Serta just trying to get nobody on here. 3-2. And it's called strike 3 and the Otters win. 94 lower half of the zone, and Evansville takes the victory 4-1. They win their 52nd game of the season, officially clinching a winning record for the 18th time in franchise history. They take a game against Washington, now 4 games back in the division, still 2.5 ahead of Florence as we await the results from Windy City and Schaumburg. Magic number right now down to 10 as the Otters pull off a very nice victory. They score 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the 5th, and 1 in the 7th. The pitching was great. Gonzalez, 4 scoreless, 7 innings. Zenko, 1 2/3, 1 earned run. He gets the win, his first professional win. A big congrats to Zenko, fresh off the IL. He was great. Morrissey, Valdez, Serta, fantastic as usual. And the Otters take care of business. They shut down Washington's offense, just giving up the homer to Czech. And they will head to tomorrow, leading the series 1-0. And what has been a great start to a major week in terms of the season. Washington can no longer clinch in this series as well, as their magic number still at 6. Schaumburg has tied the game up at 3, so maybe take a look, tune into Schaumburg, Windy City to see if that magic number goes down to 9. But for now, the Otters did their job. They won 4-1. They finished with 4 runs on 10 hits, no errors. They left 10 on, still managed to get a win. 1 run, 5 hits, 1 error for Washington. A fantastic win for the Otters. They're now 52-33, 19 games over for the first time this season, as they advance to 22-18 on the road and take game 1 of the series. They'll look to win the series tomorrow, 5:05 Central Time, 6:05 Eastern from EQT Park. I'm Evan Patoka. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good rest of your night.